Imagine living in a quiet, peaceful neighborhood where tragedy seems like a distant concept until it isn't. These true crime stories unravel the darkness lurking in unexpected corners, where the unthinkable becomes reality. From chilling familicides to calculated massacres, each case holds a twisted tale of betrayal, heartbreak, and unresolved questions. Prepare to journey into the heart of some of history's most shocking crimes, where every detail leaves you on the edge of your seat. Stay tuned as we explore the mysteries behind these haunting events. Number 10. The White House Farm Murders, August 1985. In Tolleshunt, Darcy, Essex, the Bamber family's farmhouse became the site of a chilling massacre. 5 family members, Neville, June, Sheila Caffell, and her twin sons were found shot to death. Initially ruled a murder-suicide by Sheila, suspicion later fell on her brother, Jeremy Bamber, who was convicted based on key evidence like a rifle silencer. Despite his life sentence, Bamber maintains his innocence, sparking debates and inspiring books and documentaries about this infamous case. Number 9. The Sitter Family Murders, January 1932. In Elma, Manitoba, farmhand Tom Rexkosi murdered 7 members of the Sitter family before setting their house ablaze. Claiming he was compelled by the devil, Rexkosi's motive was rooted in jealousy and personal grievances against the well-respected family. He was quickly apprehended, found guilty, and sentenced to life in prison. This horrifying act remains one of Manitoba's worst mass murders and continues to be studied by criminologists as a case of unchecked resentment, leading to devastating violence. Number 8. The Pike County Massacre, April 2016. A rural Ohio community was left reeling when 8 members of the Roden family were found shot to death across 4 separate homes. The sheer coordination of the attack pointed to a deeply personal motive. Investigations revealed that the massacre stemmed from a custody dispute between the Rodens and the Wagner family. The Wagners meticulously planned the murders, even installing surveillance equipment to monitor the Rodens beforehand. 4 members of the Wagner family, including Angela Wagner and her sons, were eventually arrested and charged. The killings shocked the nation, not only for their brutality but also for the cold, calculated planning involved. The legal proceedings were drawn out, with the case shedding light on the extremes to which some people will go in familial disputes. The tragedy also highlighted the challenges of justice in cases involving multiple defendants and deeply rooted personal grievances. Number 7. The Caffey Family Murders, March 2008. In the small town of Alba, Texas, what seemed like a peaceful family life was shattered when 16-year-old Erin Caffey orchestrated the murder of her family. Erin, angered by her parents' disapproval of her boyfriend, convinced him and 2 accomplices to carry out the heinous act. Her mother and 2 younger brothers were killed, and her father, Terry Caffey, barely survived despite being shot multiple times and left for dead. The assailants set the house on fire, but Terry miraculously escaped and alerted authorities. Erin's involvement in the crime stunned everyone who knew her, as she was perceived as a well-mannered and loving daughter. The case drew national attention for its shocking betrayal and the psychological dynamics at play. Erin was sentenced to life imprisonment, with her story serving as a chilling reminder of how manipulation and unchecked emotions can lead to tragic consequences. Number 6. The Watts Family Murders, August 2018. The seemingly perfect life of the Watts family in Frederick, Colorado, hid dark secrets that would lead to one of the most chilling familicides in recent history. Christopher Watts strangled his pregnant wife, Shannon, and smothered their 2 young daughters, Bella and Celeste, before disposing of their bodies in an oil field. Initially pleading for their safe return in a televised appeal, Watts soon confessed to the murders, citing his affair and desire to start a new life as motives. The case gained widespread media attention, with Shannon's social media posts painting a stark contrast to the horrifying reality. Watts's cold demeanor and lack of remorse during the investigation further horrified the public. He was sentenced to multiple life sentences without parole. The tragedy served as a grim exploration of betrayal, and the dark side of human relationships, leaving a lasting impact on those who followed the case. Number 5. The Broken Arrow Murders, July 2015. In Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, a family dinner turned into a nightmare when brothers Robert and Michael Bever brutally attacked their family. Armed with knives, the teenagers killed their parents and 3 younger siblings, sparing only the youngest 2. Their motive? A twisted desire to achieve infamy by carrying out a mass killing. The brothers planned to continue their spree, but were apprehended before they could strike again. The case shocked the nation not only for its brutality, but also for the chilling lack of remorse displayed by the perpetrators. Both brothers were sentenced to life in prison without parole. Number 4. The Manoa Murder-Suicide, March 2024. In the serene neighborhood of Manoa, Hawaii, the Oda family's idyllic life ended in tragedy when Paris Oda, facing insurmountable financial difficulties, murdered his wife and 3 children before taking his own life. Paris, a respected member of the community, was struggling with debt and feared imprisonment over unpaid taxes. In a devastating note, he expressed his belief that his family would be better off dead than facing a future of poverty and shame. The tragedy sent shockwaves through the tight-knit community, sparking conversations about the stigma surrounding financial failure and mental health. The incident highlighted the need for accessible mental health resources and financial counseling to prevent such devastating outcomes. Friends and neighbors, grappling with the loss, rallied together to support each other. Number 3. The West Greenwich Murder-Suicide, January 2025. In a chilling start to the new year, West Greenwich, Rhode Island, became the site of a devastating murder-suicide. Nicholas Arruda, a seemingly devoted father, fatally shot his 7 months pregnant wife, Danielle, and their 2 young children before turning the gun on himself. The family was discovered after Danielle failed to show up for work, prompting colleagues to alert authorities. Friends and neighbors described the couple as loving and supportive, making the tragedy all the more incomprehensible. Investigators found no prior reports of domestic violence or significant conflict, leaving the motive shrouded in mystery. The incident reignited discussions about mental health and the unseen struggles individuals may face, even in seemingly perfect families. The Arruda family story serves as a sobering reminder of the importance of mental health awareness and early intervention. Number 2. The Candy Family Murder-Suicide, 2024. Yukon, Oklahoma, was left in disbelief on April 22, 2024, when 42-year-old Jonathan Candy fatally shot his wife, Lindsay, 39, and 3 of their 4 children, Dylan, 18, Ethan, 14, and Lucas, 12, before turning the gun on himself. The sole survivor, a 10-year-old son, courageously called 911 to report the tragedy. Neighbors described Jonathan as a helpful and friendly individual, making the incident all the more shocking. Authorities were unable to determine a clear motive, and it remains unclear why the youngest son was spared. The community continues to grapple with unanswered questions surrounding this devastating event. Number 1. The Amite, Louisiana Tragedy, January 2025. In a heart-wrenching incident, Amite, Louisiana, became the site of a devastating familicide when Riot Jones, 31, killed his sister, her young son, and her baby nephew before taking his own life. Jones, who had been diagnosed with schizophrenia, was in the midst of a mental health crisis. Family members had sought his hospitalization just the day before, but he was released after receiving medication. The tragedy underscored the gaps in the mental health system, sparking outrage and calls for reform. Friends and neighbors remembered the victims as kind and loving individuals whose lives were cut short by a preventable tragedy. The community rallied together in the wake of the incident, raising awareness about the importance of mental health support and advocating for systemic change to prevent similar tragedies in the future. That's all for today's video. If you found these chilling tales as gripping as we did, Don't forget to hit that like button and share it with fellow true crime enthusiasts. Subscribe to our channel for more spine-tingling stories and fascinating insights into the world's most shocking crimes. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.